This is Boxing Talk 8576. I want to talk about two fighters in two different sports that I believe they are trying to follow the Mayweather blueprint outside of the ring and trying to translate that into potential, earnings and a lot of money. And that's Tyson Fury and Conor McGregor. Tyson Fury just won the heavyweight championship of the world. To me, he's a lineal heavyweight champion. He's unified. He got three belts. And Conor McGregor is a guy that burst on the scene about a couple years ago. I started hearing about him. He's from Ireland, and he's very boastful and very outspoken and good with the mic. They're both of these guys are good with the mic. Both of these guys have nice one-liners and can just talk you up under the table, and what they call a mouthpiece. And Conor McGregor is finna face Jose Aldo. A pretty good MMA fighter. I've seen Jose Aldo. And he was in another mixed martial arts company, and I know that UFC bought that company. I forgot the name of that company, but I seen him fight Uriah Faber on that when he was in that company, and I thought he was pretty good. But both of these guys are trying to follow Floyd Mayweather. The difference is between them and Floyd Mayweather is Floyd Mayweather came around at the right time when YouTube started blowing up. You know what I'm saying? When YouTube started blowing up, Mayweather was fighting Oscar De La Hoya, and Mayweather first he was Pretty Boy, then he became Money Mayweather. He promoted himself as the boxer that cares about making a lot of money. And that fight with De La Hoya, the build up to that fight, he was very brilliant in this sense. He went and played the bad guy versus the golden boy, Oscar De La Hoya, which fans loved Oscar De La Hoya, and they did not like Floyd Mayweather the way he was treating Oscar De La Hoya in the press conferences, calling them chicken, bringing chickens to the press conferences, talking about De La Hoya gets tired, he lost all his big fights, and talking about all this stuff, and people just was like, who is this guy, man? Because people really didn't know Floyd Mayweather at that point. Floyd Mayweather, yes, he was winning, he was undefeated, he was winning in the lower weight classes, but people really didn't know him until that press tour, which 24/7 came about on HBO. I thought it was pretty good. That's the best, still the best 24/7. They had a couple 24/7s that was kind of good, but that was the best 24/7 between Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya. But these guys are trying to do what Mayweather did, but Mayweather came around at the perfect time, and then after he beat Oscar De La Hoya, he became the cash cow. Now, boxing, in boxing, cash cow usually controls, his situation. He controls who he fight, when they fight him, how much money those guys gonna make versus him. He gonna make the most money. And Mayweather was, he took full advantage, and he fought guys who he wanted to fight. We can talk about the guys that he didn't fight. But we talked about that ad nauseum, so I'm not gonna get into that. But his blueprint was to make the most money for the less punishment, and he said that constantly in his interviews. So that's the way he approached the situation. Now, in Conor McGregor's situation is, see, even if when he beat Jose Aldo, who's recognized as the pound for pound champion, best fighter in MMA right now, Conor McGregor will not be able to control who he fights because Dana White controls MMA and who you fight. He does not allow a fighter to come to him and say who they want to fight if he deems is not a challenge or is not going to sell or the fans don't want to see it. One thing about MMA is they listen to their fans, man. If their fans want a certain fight, Dana White usually 99% of the time out of 100, Dana White usually make that fight happen. That's why I like MMA. Is it good to have one person at the head making all decisions? I don't care if it's one person at the head making all decisions if it's good for the fans. If it's gonna get the fans to fight at the right time when the fans want it, then it's all right. But then if it becomes not transparent and he's starting to giving you lackluster fights, then it could become a problem. But as of right now, MMA is thriving and building and growing, the fastest growing sport, because Dana White is giving the fans the fights when they want them. So Conor McGregor, yes, he could promote himself with his mouthpiece outside of the ring, give a good, a lot of publicity to his fights. You know what I'm saying? Sell the fights. I'm not saying it's not in Conor McGregor's personality. I believe it's part of his personality. I believe this is him. You know what I'm saying? Mayweather made a choice to be a bad guy. Is Mayweather really that person totally? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But something seems authentic about Tyson Fury and Conor McGregor. See, and then getting back to Conor McGregor, he's not going to be able to navigate who he's going to fight. So he's not going to be able to say, I'm going to fight for the most money for the less punishment, because Dana White is in control of that. So will he be successful money-wise like Mayweather? He could be, but it's going to be a tougher road because he's going to have to fight top competition all the time. Like, all the time. It's not going to be, you know what I'm saying, fighting. He's ranked number 1 when he beat Jose Aldo. He's not going to be able to fight the ranked number 25 or 30 fighter. He's going to be fighting the fighters in the top 10. And yes, he's going to lose, because when you fight other really good fighters on your level, chances are you're going to lose the fight. You know what I'm saying? So will Conor McGregor reach, I'm not going to say financial like Mayweather, because Mayweather has reached a lot of money. But will he, in the context of him, fighting in MMA, make a lot of money? We have to see. But if he does it, you would know it's legit for his legacy, and he made a lot of money, because he's going to be fighting and being there tough. Now with Tyson Fury is in the bad spot, because yes, he has a great mouthpiece like Mayweather and Conor McGregor. He can sell a fight very well. He's not going to be able to have the luxury that Mayweather had, which is people are going to be calling him to fight certain people. He's going to have to fight the Wilders, you know what I'm saying, and the Pulevs and guys like that, and then Anthony Joshua's. He's going to have to fight these young up-and-coming guys, you know what I'm saying, and the guys that been there a little while, Bermain Stavern. He's going to have to fight these guys. People are going to want to see him fight, top competition. So he's not going to be able to hide and, justify fighting a guy that people don't think he should be in the ring with, or people don't think have a chance to beat him. And in the heavyweight division, is nowhere to run. You know what I'm saying? You can't run nowhere. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to run. You just a heavyweight, and you're going to have to fight. And plus, since he beat and dethroned the man Klitschko, people look at him as being the man. Now it's going to be a demand on him to fight top people. That is what it is. And I don't think he's going to be able to reach financial, the way Mayweather did. I'm not going to say he had a chance to meet it anyway, but he's not going to be able to, fight, for less punishment and the most money, because that thing is up. Fans are on it now. They not going to allow you to just run around and just pick who you deem you want to fight when you want to fight them. The public is now demanding fighters to fight. You know what I'm saying? That's why the PBC is starting to pick up and starting to make these guys fight each other. That's why they had Adrian Broner versus Sean Porter. That's why they had Peter Quillen versus Danny Jacobs last night. And that's why they talking about Keith Thurman versus Sean Porter, because now people are demanding that these guys fight each other and stop fighting guys that we know that they have no chance of beating them, or only have a puncher's chance of beating them. So I believe Conor McGregor and Tyson Fury, they're trying to follow the Mayweather's blueprint, but I think they're going to fall short of achieving what Mayweather achieved financially, because of the situations that they were both in. With Conor McGregor having Dana White as being the puppet master and, saying who you're going to fight. And Dana White has a history of putting you in tough. You know what I'm saying? So, and Dana White even said about Holly Holmes that he knew that Holly Holmes was going to be a tough fight for Ronda Rousey. That's why he said he pursued the fight. He wanted Holly Holmes to fight Ronda Rousey. So that tells you that he's going to put people in tough, man. And Tyson Fury, by dethroning Klitschko, he's now in high demand of fighting top competition. That's just what it is. And I don't think he's going to be able to reach the financial status of Floyd Mayweather. But both of these guys are trying. They're doing very good at selling the fights, with their mouthpiece outside the ring. But, you know what I'm saying, I don't know money-wise if these guys will reach, the heights that Mayweather reached. But leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. This is Boxing Talk 8576. I'm out.